Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me in Pootles Advent Countdown. It's 25 projects coming out to you, 5 video projects a week for 5 weeks, and we're in the 3rd week now, and this is today's project. Now, I recently had my team away for a team retreat. We went to 4-star hotel in Birmingham, had a weekend together, and I taught 3 of the projects. We had 5 projects that were taught throughout the weekend. And I did 3 of them. So this is one of mine, and it's a drop fronted box. So you pop your goodies in there, fold up the front, and it slips over like that, and it's lovely. And I thought it was a lot of fun, and yeah, I thought I'd show you how to make it. Now, the finished dimensions of it: 4 inches by 3 inches tall by 2 inches front to back, so in metric 10 by 7.5 by 5. And you need 1 piece of cardstock, but you do need 2 pieces of 6x6 DSP to work from, if that's what you're going to do, if you're going to use the wrapped in plaid stamp set, paper set as well. So these are all the bits you need to decorate it, but what's left over from the second sheet, all these bits. So you kind of need 1 and about half of another sheet, or not even that actually, looking at what's, I can't even, there we go. That's kind of all the bit that you need from the second sheet. But if you're going to make this before you start committing to paper and cutting that, and you're using 6x6, you'll need 2 pieces. Right, so the cardstock measures 8 by 11 inches, 20 by 27.5 centimetres. Quite easy to make. And on the first side, oh sorry, on the long side, score it at 1, 3, 6 and 8 inches, which in metric is 2.5, 7.5, 15 and 20. Then turn it round and score it at 2 and 6 inches, which is 5 and 15 centimetres. Okay, let me put that. Oh, wallop that. So this one's shaded spruce. My original was cherry cobbler, and I gave them the options of these 2 colours and night of navy, because they're the colours that are in the plaid side of the paper. I'm calling it plaid. I ought to be probably calling it tartan, because that's actually really what it is, or check. So, but there were options. So let me unfold this and show you. So this little part here is this edge panel. That's what this one is, and this is the one that drops down to the front. Okay, and so it all unwraps like that. So there's bits to get rid of. This is one of them. Try and be as straight as possible with this, because you may well need it later if you're going to put the same stamp across here with a background that I did. Top tip. So keep that as straight as possible. Although, to be fair, actually, this one we do want to wedge into. Got that bit. And so you're wedging into the squares. Just chop off a bit while we're here. Okay, now, before you go too gung-ho on this one, if you see, it's a shallow border all the way round, which is obviously all of this part. So we're going to keep this one nice and straight, hack into that one, keep this one nice and straight, hack into there. But obviously, as you can see, that ain't going to work when you go around your box. So be brave. Chop a bit off, and then it will wrap round like that. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that there. Oh, I've just thrown that on the floor and I need that bit. I'll have to pick it up off the floor in a minute. That's what it looks like, and I'm going to do the same over here. So always cut straight up your rectangles, keep those straight, and hack into anything that's square shaped. Let me just retrieve the bit I'm going to need in a minute. That bit. Okay, so all these pieces of DSP, I could give you the measurements, but there's quite a lot of them. Trust me when I say that they're going to be written on my blog, because I'm going to get myself confused if I try and give you all of the measurements. Okay, so I need a panel here because this is my drop front. And I need some panels on here. I'm just going to have to hunt them all out now. I love this paper. I haven't yet used the other side. I've only used the checkered side. I don't know why, because the other side is really cute. Look at it, I brought it out to show you. So these are all the checkered sides. Gorgeous, stunning. Look at the other sides, they're just as gorgeous. So we've got stockings and reindeer and spots, trees, pine cones. What have I got here? Stripes, more reindeer, kissing reindeer by the looks of things. Just, yeah, why have I not used that side yet? I don't know. I don't know. So, I think my husband's just going off on the school run. Okay. Which means I haven't got a lot of time left. Panel here. There isn't a panel of DSP for everything, because why waste paper on the bottom? So you'll see that it fits everywhere. And once you've got all of these panels in place, you kind of know which bits to glue. Okay, so they're all in place. Right, first things first, let's get this bit sorted out up here. So I'm going to put some tear and tape down there because it's nice and thin. So, ooh. And you just wrap it round and line it up. And it fits beautifully. Okay, so that's the lid done, or what will become the lid here. So I'm going to chop that bit off. I want to get this stuck up, but obviously I can't stick it to this part, so the only place for it to go is there. So more tear and tape on there. Tear and tape's brilliant for an impatient crafter like me. You know, just whack it on and rip it off. I'm not an impatient crafter. That's not the right way to describe me. But I want to get an end result very quickly. There we go. That's on there. And so that box is now built. Oh look, I meant to give you that tip when I was building it. This hinge here, go backwards and forwards a couple of times so that it doesn't budge. I meant to give that tip. So there we go. It now sits on without moving. Bravo. Right, let's get some ribbon. So this is from the same suite. So it's shaded spruce with gold. You could tie knots, you could tie bows. You don't actually have to have the ribbon, it holds itself closed without any issue. I just like ribbon. Oh, I've lost the end now. There it is. Am I the only person in the world who ends up with two tails completely different lengths? There we go. Right, let's get this finished off. So let me get some scraps of Whisper White. And I've got my stamp set, which is the perfectly played set. And I'm going to go with, oh, I've just shoved that in now. There we go. North Pole Delivery. Although I could, to be fair, I could go with any of them, because this panel here that I pulled out is 2 by 3 inches, so it's 5 by 7.5 centimetres. So anything that's going to fit inside that panel easily, I think this is the only one that doesn't, and bearing in mind I've got to get Whisper White on there as well, is going to work. And on this one I went with North Pole Delivery. I think I'm going to go with Merry Christmas. So yeah, scrap the Whisper White. If I know that this, when I've trimmed it down neatly, it's 2 by 3 inches. Oh, she says trimming it down neatly, and I've just butchered it. Find the other spare one. Because I've got these lumps here. I just want to nick those off. So I'm going to take that down to 1 7/8. Oh, for goodness sake, what's wrong? There we go. 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. And I get my piece of Whisper White. I think I've just chucked that on the floor. Oh wait, it slid away from me. So I'm going to make that 2 5/8 by 1 5/8. It's going to fit snugly and nicely in there, which is exactly what I want. I haven't wasted any cardstock apart from the bit I chewed up just now. Just gloss over that. Let's grab a block. Let's grab my shaded spruce. You know what they say, waste not, want not. Didn't want to waste that bit. I'm going to get my much beloved tartan tree. Love this tree. Look at the colour of it. Love it that much. One of them, and punch that out with the tree punch. Oh, I've left myself a lot of room. I was really using up scraps. I can assemble the final stages. Maybe put this on before you get the ribbon around it. It's okay, the ribbon slides off and on quite easily. And dimensionals, I'm going to go just at the bottom because this is going to peep a little higher than the box lid. There you go, and that's what will stop it collapsing in. Oh no, that's the ribbon for that one. So now when you poke it, this one's stopping it from collapsing in. Genius! And the same here. That's stopping it. Anyway, what do you think? I'm filming this ahead of time. I have no idea if the team enjoyed it. I only came back a couple of days ago. I hope they did. Actually, no, I came back yesterday. I'm trying to think where you're seeing this. You're seeing this Monday, and it was yesterday and the day before. So I have no idea if they liked it or not. I reckon they did. Oh, what have I done to my grid paper? Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.